Hello guys, it's William from YouTube, and today we're going to be talking about the high value man and high value women. I know that there's a lot of talk about this on YouTube, and this is coming from Kevin Samuels, really pushing this concept. And well, from what my interpretation is, that the high value man is based upon wealth and status in terms of income and how much he can provide for a person, such as his family and himself. And for women, it's based on femininity and also their looks. So femininity includes cook, clean, and in terms of looks, well, you know, eyes of the beholder, but mostly there's a generally agreed upon look that everybody turns that to be beautiful. So when you look at the high value man, sometimes this includes the educated lane, the one that's gone to school, the one that has a business, the blue collar that has a business also, that are earning over 100,000. If you look in terms of the black population, because that's who Kevin Samuels is really gearing his information towards too, 1 out of 5 black men are actually educated with a bachelor's degree, master's degree, or doctorate degree. So in a population of 21 million in terms of Americans, 21 million is the black population in America. So 4 million of them would be in this category. Now from this category, out of 1/5 of black men that are actually educated, that means 13% of them actually make over 6 figures, as Kevin Samuels would like to say. So 13% of those men. Now, 30% of those men, 50% of them are married, and the other 50% are not married. So a sliver of a sliver. So now you only have 7% of 21 million of black men that are in this category of the high value man. Now, the best areas to find these high value men would be in San Diego, California, Seattle, Washington, Denver, Colorado, Phoenix, Arizona, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, the place that has the lowest amount of these high value men with all of these categories would be Milwaukee, Birmingham, Alabama, Little Rock, Arkansas, Cleveland, Ohio, and St. Louis, Missouri. So when you put all those numbers together, you'll find out that roughly about 250,000 black men in America fit this category that are available for marriage. And 15% of those people marry out. So that even lessens the number down to probably 225,000 available men. So that's why Kevin Samuels, when he talks about the high value man, that it's a very rare thing to find that someone will fit all these categories, making over 6K, you know, over 6 feet tall, over 35 years old, does not smoke, you know, that's in one of these businesses that makes over 100K. You'll see that the number is very low. So that's why when he talks to some of those women, tell them that why not go for the average man, you know, that makes under 100K or is not fit against all those categories. And some of these women are so surprised that they would even ask. It's because Kevin Samuels needs to get real with these women and say that this is like 3% of the population that would even qualify for this. So most women will have to settle down, lower their standards, and go for the average male, because these high value men, it's a very small population, and they're looking for high value women. So let's talk about who these high value women that these high value men are looking for. They are looking for femininity and looks. So if you're not an 8, 9, and 10, you will even come under radar. You would qualify for a high value man. So based on looks, you would say probably Beyonce. She is a 10 out of 10 based on looks. But then Kevin Samuels says that once you have kids, knock off 2 points. So now Beyonce of 20 years ago would be a 10 out of 10, but the Beyonce of today with 2 kids with Jay-Z would be an 8 out of 10. So in terms of Beyonce, now she's an 8 out of 10 with 2 kids. There are other modifiers that will bring her down. If she has more kids, then a point would be subtracted from each one of those kids. Also, being over 35 is another negative point. That'll bring her down to 7 out of 10. And there's other points here. We have the other negative points are if the lady's over 6 feet tall, that's another negative point. If the lady's over 30 years old, that's another -1. If the lady's underweight or overweight according to the BMI, that would be a -1 point. And there are some positive points that she can get. So if the lady is under from the ages of 16 to 25, that's a +1. If the lady's under 6 feet tall, that's a +1 for her. If she is normal weight, that would be a 1 point. And if she made over 100K, that's a +1 point for her. If she also has feminine traits of cooking and cleaning, that's also a +1. So pretty much with a high value woman, it's based on femininity and looks. And there are some ways that it comes down, but in terms of high value man, it's more like a work in progress. Sure, the looks are there, but with men, once you climb to status and wealth and rich, you pretty much can pick any girl that you want. Most women will become available to you once you become rich, famous, and have status. That's what's the difference with femininity and looks, that femininity is based on a timeline. So after 35 years old, women start to lose points. So that's why Kevin Samuels always push these women to get married and cash in at an early age. Don't wait until you're 30 to try and look for these high value men. You should be doing it right after you're 18 to 25 to try and cash in on the best men you can while your youth is still with you, while you still don't have children, and while you're still in a good weight. So sometimes people get on and watch his videos and just start laughing when women with, women that are 40 years old with 7 kids, with 7 different baby daddies, not working, and ask Kevin Samuel, are they high value? Of course not. 7 kids, that would bring you down to like 3 out of 10. And then you're over 30, that's another negative point. And then you're overweight, that's another negative point. That is 1 out of 10. That's way below average. And once you get into those points, it's like guys don't even want to walk around with a lady that's below a 3 out of 10. It's almost laughable. You can't even brag to it to your friends. Anyways, guys, that's Willie for YouTube. That's my interpretation of Kevin Samuels' high value men, high value women.